Good evening, Black people and all allies fighting for Black liberation, Black prosperity, and Black joy. I'm Charles Blow, and welcome to Prime. There might be a civil war brewing, and I'm not talking about the insurrectionists. I'm talking about infighting that's happening right now within the Democratic Party. And though we've been here before, is this time different, particularly as it relates to Black people? Pro-Biden and centrist candidates like Shontel Brown and Eric Adams have won primaries over their more progressive opponents like Nina Turner and Maya Wiley. That's caused some to wonder out loud whether progressive policies are popular enough to win Democratic votes in this moment. Hakeem Jeffries, a member of the House Democratic leadership, told the New York Times this: "The extreme left is obsessed with talking trash about the mainstream Democrats on Twitter, when the majority of the electorate constitutes mainstream Democrats at the polls. The majority of the Democratic vote recognize that Trumpism and the radical right is the real enemy, not us." Apparently, the extreme left hasn't figured that out. Here's how freshman Congressman and progressive Democrat Mondaire Jones responded to Jeffries when he was asked about it on the podcast Pod Save America.
Well, I don't know who the extreme left is. But I can tell you that in the affluent majority white suburbs of New York City, known as Westchester and Rockland counties, I crushed my opponents in the Democratic primary. Jamal Bowman won his race as the most progressive candidate. I do not believe that the loss of Nina Turner in Ohio's 11th was due to her being progressive. We are seeing progressives win campaigns all across this country.
Joining me now to discuss is artist and grassroots organizer Bree Newsome and Democratic strategist and former Democratic congressional candidate in Ohio, Desiree Tims. So thank you, ladies, for joining me. So Bree, what do you think of this chasm? Is it real? Is there a real fight between the progressive Democrats and mainstream Democrats, particularly the Black ones?
I do think, first of all, thank you for having me. I do think that there are real policy and ideological differences among these different factions. I don't think that looking at each one of these elections and then trying to kind of like extrapolate from that where the country is going is really a good approach or analysis, because politics are hyperlocal and a lot of the outcomes of the elections do have to do with how people feel about a particular candidate for whatever reason. But I think when you look at the issues and where public opinion stands with the issues, a lot of those opinions align with the so-called progressive issues: raising wages, expanding healthcare, protecting democracy. So I think the stronger question is like, what is the purpose of this internal fight? And as a whole, where does the Democratic Party stand on these issues? I think the larger question when they're looking at winning elections in the future is, are they going to deliver for the base? Are we going to make sure that people stay housed? Are we going to make sure that wages are raised? Are we going to make sure that healthcare is available for everyone? Are we going to have a voting rights bill? Those are the more crucial questions, in my opinion.
Well, coming off of that, Desiree, what do you think about what Hakeem Jeffries said? I mean, I find it just incredibly problematic to try to poll test what you think is the right thing to do. You know, it is as if everybody was in favor of what Martin Luther King was doing, was agitating in the South and the rest of the civil rights activists. They were not. You know, very often the right thing to do, we understand it to be right in retrospect. At the time, it's incredibly unpopular.
I think a lot of people have had a lot to say about what happened up in Cleveland for the 11th congressional district. But the truth is, I ran for Congress here in Ohio, and not one voter said, well, are you a progressive or are you a moderate? Are you a centrist? That litmus test that a lot of national pundits lean into doesn't exist on the ground when we're talking to voters. Charles Blow, you have it exactly right. It is local issues. It is about what the local people feel. Here in Ohio, Ohioans, polls consistently show that Ohioans support progressive policies. That's why we have Senator Sherrod Brown in a state like Ohio where Donald Trump won. So it's certainly not the policies. It's about the people and meeting people where they are and how the candidates are able to get their messages across.
Bree, what about this concept of, you know, we're not Trump and the far right, therefore leave us alone? You know, like you cannot criticize people in the same camp as you, no matter if they're doing what you want them to do or not, because the only option you have is us or the people who want to destroy you.
That's such a mistake, and it's not going to hold water much longer, if at all, especially since we're looking at a situation right now where we're not even sure that we're going to be able to have a free and fair election, the next time around. But what we see from Democrats, for the most part, and I'm speaking now of the leadership, is this emphasis on bipartisanship. So on one hand, you're saying that the real enemy is the far right, but the very people who are refusing to pass voting rights are the ones that you are, putting such emphasis on striking a bipartisan deal with over infrastructure, right? So I think that like this language over who was the far left, like I agree with Mondaire Jones, like who are you saying is the far left? The far left policies, what you're identifying as the far left policies, is popular with the majority of America. So that framing doesn't make any sense. The reason that the progressives and a lot of people are critical of the Democratic leadership is for the exact kind of dynamic that we're seeing, where they run an election and then they say, see, that means that people don't really want progressive policies. Well, what does that mean? That means that you are seeking greater allyship with the far right, with the Republicans who are trying to overthrow our democracy completely, than with the people who kind of represent the young rising electorate that you really need to win over and turn out to vote. It's not a winning strategy long term.
Desiree, I think that some Democrats, establishment Democrats, are shaking in their boots, and some of them have said as much, because they are worried about the rhetoric that more progressive candidates use around things like policing. The idea of the defund the police slogan freaks them out. They believe that they lost advantage in the 2020 election, and they think that it is a losing issue going forward. They don't want to press too hard on voting rights, because they want to, as Bree was saying, they want those very same people who are saying no on voting rights to say yes on infrastructure. How do you bridge that? How do you get across to the establishment that this is not something that progressives can simply swallow and be quiet about because you're not Donald Trump?
I'm here on the ground, and I can tell you the state legislature here in Ohio, like the state legislature in Texas and Georgia, these Republicans are actively working aggressively to overturn voting rights. And when I talk to voters on the ground, when I talk to voters in Ohio or surrounding states, as I've been continuing to have this conversation, there is some frustration. Look, we have the White House, the Senate, and the House, and we have to act. This is not the time to really try to figure it out. We don't have that much time. We have to act right now, because the Republican legislatures across the country, again, they are working really hard to roll us back in time. And so I hope, and I'm actually optimistic about Democrats really standing up and fighting for the right to vote, because if people lose that right to vote and we see more and more of these bills begin to be signed by Republican governors, 2022 is going to be HE double hockey sticks.
Bree, I have about a minute left, but you could argue that Cori Bush, who's an absolute progressive, flanked by AOC, Mondaire Jones, had a real victory this week on a policy that they cared about. They stood up, they protested, they stepped on the steps of the Capitol, and they made the establishment, which in this case is President Biden and the Biden administration, change their minds about the eviction moratorium. Do you look forward to 2022 and 2024 and see that some of the steam has come out of the progressive movement, or are people like Cori Bush saying, no, we're here to stay, and more people like me are going to join Congress?
The progressive movement, as it's labeled, is bigger than the Democratic Party. I think that is something that's important for people to understand, okay? Like, these struggles for housing, for civil rights, for voting, these preceded the current moment. This was going on in the 60s when we were in conflict with the Democratic Party in the South, and little has changed to this present day. So that's going to keep going. The fact is that the voting base of the Democratic Party are Black voters We are struggling over housing. We are struggling over voting rights and healthcare and wages. Are you going to deliver for the base or not? The rest of this has no material value for what we are facing. I haven't seen any proof that defund the police caused anyone to lose an election, especially when that's not something that they are running on. What I have seen cause people to lose elections is people having unstable housing so they can't vote, people facing voter suppression so they can't vote, right? People having a lot of other concerns that prevent them from voting. That's all that matters. The rest of this is just noise. We need them to deliver on the things we elected them to deliver on.
Bree, Newsome Bass, and Desiree Tims, thank you very much for joining me tonight.